right, guys, this is Nichols Live, and I am Larry Nichols. And today is what? Wednesday. I guess it's Wednesday. Let me get this out of the way. If you've got somebody, and you need to, folks, remember we got to grow this army to 10,000, hopefully by the first of next month. For listening in on the line is 401-283-6754. And when they do that, tell them to press 1. So if you're out there, hello. Greg, if you're listening, let me know if I'm on the air, if I'm coming through. It's always a little nerve-wracking. And by the way, as usual, thanks to Bob. Well, let me just say thanks to Bob, Janine, Carla, Mary. The gang is too many to name, but I got the treatment yesterday, and it's working. I'm better. I'm much better. Today is another of the $500 days, so let's just cross our fingers and hope we get there, please. Got one here that says, coming through fine. Thank you very much. That's what I like to hear. You got two saying we're on the air. Very good. Let me tell you something, guys. A lot of things are going on, but as I've told you, the problem is the election. The election's hiding everything. But if you wonder why I'm trying to get y'all so warned about what's coming relative to the banks and your money and the country. Let me give you some things you may not know. Texas, pardon me. Texas, as I told you, I think yesterday, has built their own depository place, and they want their gold brought back to Texas. They don't want to keep it in the Federal Reserve. Then we find out today, or I did today, maybe you found out earlier, China has bought this great big vault thing, and they are demanding their gold. Wow, what's that about? Let me tell you. They know it's fixing to come down. They know this thing's fixing to fall apart. And the reason Texas wants its gold is for the very reasons I have told y'all. Texas knows that if they don't have their gold in their hands when this economy, when this nasty secret from the bank gets out and then the other banks start the cascading effect, they know they'll never see that gold. I'm not even sure. Let me make this point very, very clear. I'm not even sure that we still have the gold. I don't think there's gold in Fort Knox. I don't think all the gold that's supposed to be in Fort Knox is actually there. And I don't believe the Federal Reserve has the amount of gold on hand that they're supposed to have. I just don't. I believe for many, many years we have squandered that off. So please be careful. I'm not here to alarm you. I'm not here to try to get you to think the sky's falling. What I'm trying to do is get you to read the signs for yourself. Read it for yourself. Look at it. Found out this morning that Deutsche Bank, they're in all kinds of financial trouble. Their main problem there is when Greece, Portugal, when they got in trouble, Merkel, at the request of Obama, Greece put together not one, but 2 restructuring plans. And then we squeezed Merkel to get the Deutsche Bank to underwrite it. And in both cases, the first two plans that the Deutsche Bank underwrote, Greece didn't live up to it, nor did Portugal. And so now you've got Deutsche Bank in trouble, and the whole euro concept is about to collapse. Then we go to Venezuela. They're eating rats and dogs and cats. I mean, that's how poor they are. Now, guys, when it gets to that level, that's what I was talking about, going primal. And you say that could never happen here. Or you think that could never happen here. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. We can find ourselves, if we're not careful, we can find ourselves at a situation where we're going to be sitting here and people are going to be looking around trying to find food. Literally trying to find food. And I don't believe you want to get in a shape where you're going to have to feed your family rats, dogs, and cats. I don't think that's what you want. So that's why I beg you, take care of your family. Take care of your family. Prepare yourself. This cannot go on much longer. It can't. Then we have Saudi Arabia. It looks as though Chucky Schumer and all the buddies, they passed in the Senate yesterday, they passed a bill saying that Saudi Arabia can be sued in American court over 9/11. I hope I've got my dates right, but in 1976, we passed a law here, Congress did, that Americans could not sue foreign sovereign governments. You couldn't do it. You could not sue. Then, to that were two exceptions were made. One was Syria, one was Iran and Syria. Well, now they've added Saudi Arabia to that. Well, here's the problem with that. Saudi Arabia has said that if we pass that bill and allow people to sue the Saudis that were involved with 9/11, I mean the people that were harmed by 9/11 directly and indirectly, if we allow them to sue the Saudi government, then the Saudis have proclaimed that we would be forced to suffer serious economic penalty. Now, what are they talking about? Well, first off, let me tell you, Saudi Arabia is holding in treasury notes about $107 billion in treasury notes from this country. Their total holdings into this country, of all other things, assets, including the treasuries notes, is going to hit around $2.3 trillion. Now, it don't work like it does with us, where, like, if you default on something, then the mortgage company or the finance company can come and get your whatever it is you financed or whatever. It don't work like that with governments. What you watch out for is if the Saudis get all upset, then here's what they'll do. They'll take our treasury notes and they're just going to throw them out on the market. And they're just going to flood them out and sell them at whatever bottom dollar they can get. And the minute one country does that, And the Saudi government is like 13th. They're the 13th highest country that owns assets here. China first, Japan second. China and Japan co-equal, pretty much. But you see, if they start flooding those treasury notes into the marketplace, then of course what'll happen is they'll devalue. And when they devalue, then guess what that does to our economy? It devalues our economy. Now Obama, as he has usually done, has said he will veto any such bill coming out of Congress. Well, from the things we've seen of him since the day he became president, I've never seen him, when the occasion arose where he could either stand up for America or stand up for some foreign entity, I have never seen him stand up for us. He's always been there. I just got a message. Are you on the air? Yes, I am. Now, how am I guess I could type. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Trying to. Anyway, I've never seen Obama. I'm sending the thing to the person saying yes, I'm on the air. He doesn't stand up for America. He never does. But see, here's another one of those things that if it goes off, we go down. And then you got China and Japan. If they get mad at us, they can flood the market with their assets they own from this country. We've literally gotten ourselves in a situation where other countries, and I'm talking about other countries that are not exactly friendly to us, are in a position to take us down financially. Literally take us down. You see, we don't have to anymore. I've always tried to tell people, wars are fought on many planes. I've said this so many years that it just seems old hat to me. But, we think of war, we think of shoot 'em up, bang, bang wars. No. There are economic wars. There are all manner of different types of wars. But if you lose one, we lose it all. So let's see. We're sitting here with a major bank out of the 5 that's got a nasty secret that, when revealed, can take us down in a heartbeat. That going on. Then we've got Texas that apparently believes that this is that close to happening that they want to claim their go because they don't want to get caught in a situation where if that bank and its failure causes everything to bottom out, they don't want to be caught with all of their go in the Federal Reserve and it's lost. Then we got Saudi Arabia because of the legislation that the Senate passed, that if it gets passed, they're threatening to flood the market with our treasury notes, which destroys our economy by deflating them. Then you've got China, Japan, and good heavens, other countries, all sitting there, each one, that if we cross them, they can take us down. Then we've got tens of thousands of Muslims coming into this country. And we have no idea who they are. They can't be vetted. We're bringing in terrorists, which no matter how many there are, according to CARE, that group that is Muslim, they say themselves that out of 100 people, 25 are going to be fundamentalist Islamics. So we got that going on. Then we got Black Lives Matter going on. And then we got another little nasty thing. I just saw this. I mean, it's not that big a thing, I don't guess, but it is if you're one of the people involved with it. California, because they are so broke from their liberal ways, they have been forced to change the penalty status on many of their criminal laws, and they have let loose over 30,000 prisoners and put them back on the streets. So much so that Las Vegas is complaining that their crime has gone up 15%, and they blame it on the fact that all of these people being let out of prison in California are coming over and attacking Las Vegas. And California's getting ready to redefine even more crimes so that instead of years in incarceration, they'll be cut down to no time or days maximum. Then we've got the real probability that if Hillary wins, she fully intends to take us down. So she gets to declare the FEMA provisional government and make herself queen or king. She doesn't want to be called a queen. She wants to be called a king. Now, guys, these are real things I'm telling you about here. Real things. This is not stuff I'm making up. Janine sent me a thing and says, you sound much better today. Janine, thanks to you, I am. As a matter of fact, thanks to you, I am here today. Were it not for you this weekend, y'all. So you see, we've got real reason. We have real reasons to be concerned. And so, I'm just asking, have you taken care of you and your family? Now, I'm proud to see 3 or 4 people have ordered the bow. I'm very proud of that. Because if you can imagine what happened in Venezuela happening here to some degree, I don't know that we'll be eating rats and dogs and cats yet. We're not far from it. We're not far at all. But when this day comes, we're going to go primal. And by primal, I mean there are going to be gangs that are going to be rolling around communities, your neighborhood, looting and robbing and taking whatever they want. And then you're going to have people that are hungry. They're going to come and try to take whatever they want, that they need. And there won't be any law enforcement anywhere that can deal with this pandemic. There just won't be. Now, why did I say that? Well, think about it. If our jails are already so crowded, especially like in California, that they're literally redefining penalties on crimes, redefining crimes and the penalties, because they just don't have the room. They don't have the room and they don't have the money. Got this from a listener, hoping and praying Trump gets it. I do too. But you see, we can't build enough prisons to put everybody in jail. We just can't. People are going to be roaming, and they're going to be going crazy. And what I ask you to do, what Let me see what Greg says here. Busy day today, numbers slightly ahead of yesterday, and it is Wednesday. That's a victory of sorts. Yes, it is. What Greg is saying, we had 5,800 thereabouts yesterday, and Wednesday is usually the slowest day, and we're a little bit above yesterday. So, folks, that's great. People are coming. Keep people coming. We've got to grow this army because we're going to be needed in a couple of 3 weeks. We're going to be needed desperately. We don't have enough prisons. And everybody can't be put in jail. And then you've got the other problem. I hate to bring this up, but you notice all of these people that are unemployed, all of these communities that have lost industries. Well, when they lose industries, they also lose something else. They lose their revenue base. And when they lose their revenue base, guess what they have to do? These municipalities, communities, they have to cut back on the services. Now you're going to find every day now you're going to start hearing, they may not do it now because they don't want it in the press. You've got the cover of the campaigns to hide it. But every day more and more cities are having to lay off firemen and policemen because they just don't have the money to pay for them. Well, think about that. When the bank secret comes out and it all starts cascading down, there's going to be more unemployment. And the communities are going to lose money. And there's not going to be anywhere for them to go to get any because it will be so widespread. They're not going to be able to sell bonds. They're not. It's going to be widespread. Now what are you going to do? These are dark days ahead. Dark days ahead. And for me and you, it's a horrible nightmare that we're looking at. But if you read the signs, like I do, if you literally look at reality, look at the truth, don't buy into any of the hype anywhere. Look at the truth. You see it's close. It's close and getting closer every day. And when it happens, I want y'all to know, when it actually occurs, well, let me say it this way. All of these things that I've told you about today and in other programs, they have happened. They are happening. But it's pretty obscure. You don't hear about it. Because everybody's just totally engrossed in this presidential campaign. There's virtually nothing else penetrating the news. I mean, very seldom. So you see this gradual stuff's going on. The gradual part, we're in it now. But when that bank secret falls, it will happen in an instant. It'll happen that quick. I know, I've been there. I've seen it in other countries. I mean, it may teeter-totter along right now. This is the slow part. But when it reaches critical mass, this thing will collapse. My God, will it collapse. Uh-oh, I have done something here. Let me do something. I have been so busy talking, I have skipped the first commercial. We're to the second commercial. Folks, today is $500. I need that so that I can stay on track with the treatment. If you're out there, please go to PayPal. It's not a joke. I mean, it's what I have to do. Please go now and ding PayPal. We've got to get to 500. Please go to PayPal, Nichols Live at AOL.com. Somebody ding it now, please. Because I have a feeling that we're going to need this program very bad. Not me necessarily, but this program. Because I don't see any place else that has the potential we do to turn the tide of events at least a little bit to where we might be able to stop this madness. So please, nobody has dinged it. Would somebody ding PayPal, please? Nichols Live at AOL.com. We got to have, I have to have the 500. And I got to tell them 1 hour from when the program ends. Please, can you help me? Back to where I was. This is going to start. And you're going to wake up. And you're going to get up. If it happened today or tonight, and you mess around tomorrow and you don't go to the grocery store, you think, gosh, maybe I better go get gas and I better go stock up on food because this is bad. This is just kind of what Larry's been talking about. And you go to the grocery store about noon or after, and you get there, and number one, the store looks like they're having a fire distress sale. And then you go in the store and all of the aisles are empty. They're barren. Then what are you going to do? What on earth could you do then? You see, it'd be too late. It will be too late. Tend to your business now. We're a very short period of time from when the secret has to come out. Now, I'm going to tell you, part of the reaction of China claiming their gold, Texas claiming their gold, so that you don't think I'm the only one that knows this secret. Others know it. And they're taking their steps, their measures to secure their stuff. We had better do the same. Protect yourself. If you've got a gun, great. I support you having a gun. But remember this, in most robberies, burglaries, they're going to happen at night. And you're going to go fire off your gun, and I'll bring you back to the guy that shot the guy robbing his garage. And the guy that he shot sued him. And the prosecutor in that community prosecuted him for firing off a weapon in, an urban area. If you go shooting a gun off at a burglar, there is as good a chance, just as good a chance that you will be prosecuted as the person that's robbing you. And then you have the other problem of everything they're doing. They're going to try to come probably and take your weapons. Well, you know what? That bow or that $40 crossbow, that will defend you. And you can learn. You can learn how to use it. Within a couple of days of when you get your bow, those of you that have ordered one, within a couple of days, you're going to be able, at the distance across your living room or your bedroom, you're going to be able to hit an intruder. That quick, you'll be able to hit them. Now, I'm not going to tell you you're going to become an archery expert. I'm not going to tell you you'll be able to go deer hunting with it. I'm not saying that at all. That's not what I'm trying to get you prepared for. I'm trying to get you a weapon that you can use to defend yourself and your family. And you will be amazed, I assure you, you will be amazed at how quick you will become proficient enough to kill. And remember, if you think I'm exaggerating how quick you'll become able to defend yourself, let me tell you, look at the training our soldiers get, the best in the world. And let's look over in the Middle East, and you got Hassi's over there. Goat farmers, they had never gone through military training. They're just picking up old AK-47s. And you know what? They're killing our guys. You can protect yourself. I won't have to worry about you. You'll be able to protect yourself. And when more of you get them, then I will either own this program or set up another program and take you through a training course. That's right. I'm going to train you how to defend yourself, how to defend your property. I'm going to try my best to help you be ready. But you got to do the food. You've got to do the water. You've got to get that and have it on hand. I can't. These are hard days ahead of us. Hard days. Now, a listener texted me and said, how can Hillary still be winning with all the scandals? That's just the way it is, listener. People don't care no more. People don't care. You know, we've talked for years and years about our educational system and how the schools, instead of teaching our children, are brainwashing our kids. Well, now that's come full circle now until guess what? Guess what? Now it's starting to pay off for them. Like I have told you, don't you realize? Half the people that have voted in this primary thus far have voted for socialists, and avowed socialists, or communists. That's scary. That's scary when people don't know enough about what's going on that they think communism and socialism is the best way to go. Alden sent this. I'm praying that you'll be able to start getting your treatments more regularly. God bless you, Larry. Don't forget to remind everybody there's a way to pay with your credit card on PayPal now. That's right. You can go to Facebook, my Facebook, Larry Nichols, Conway, Arkansas, and on there is a button, and you just push that button and you can pay with a debit card, a credit card, whatever you want to. So please go there. And then that button will send it to PayPal, but you can use any card or whatever you have. Oh, guys, there's nothing come in. Nothing as yet. We're 500 away. If you're out there listening, please help. This has got me scared. There's nothing has come. Nothing. Nothing has come. Please. You know, y'all have been a miracle every day that this program's been on virtually every day, because thanks to some people, we've made it. But this is another one of those days of going up and down. I'm worried today. If you're out there and you can hear me, please either go to my Facebook, Larry Nichols, Conway, Arkansas, and push the red button, or go to PayPal and ding it with what you can. This is serious and it's critical. Please. I can only tell you I can't do it without it. I can't do without it. I've tried, and when I don't get it, I'll go down so fast it makes it hard. And then every time I go down, it's harder to get back up. So please, if you can, will you? Somebody at least kick it off. Somebody. By the way, it looks like I'll be going on Friday. I don't know the time exactly with Alex Jones. Chris just told me the button's not red, it's yellow. So go to, it's yellow. Just heard from Janine, she got her crossbow already. But she got it, I think she said thank you, it was hard though. She got it put together. It's hard to put together, you need help getting it put together. But folks, if you've ever seen one of them go off, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll be able to defend yourself. That's for $40. You'll be able to defend yourself. You know, I've told y'all the things that are wrong, the things that are going wrong. We got one chance to stop this. One. And believe it or not, it has to do with Trump, Donald Trump. I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all that Trump is the perfect guy, that he's going to be everything in every occasion that we want him to be. I'm not going to say that at all. But I assure you, if Hillary gets it, we're done. You're done. Our children and grandchildren are done. And the life we've had will be over forever. And we've got a couple of battles to fight yet for Trump. Remember, nothing has happened in that primary relative to the Republicans until 6 days before the convention. These people will lie to you like a dog. They will lie to Donald Trump, believe it or not. They really will. We've got to see to it that Trump gets to be the nominee. Then we've got to be careful and make sure that the establishment, old guard, don't get somebody to run against him as a third party, simply to get 6% of the vote so that he can't possibly win. That's why we got to be at 10,000. We have got to be able to make a scene. I mean a scene. And I don't mean go somewhere and riot or stand out there holding a stupid sign. I'm not talking about that. But we're going to have to be able to make organized, straightforward phone calls. And we got to make people hear us. We've got to make people hear us. And we will. It says here, former ASA Army Security Officer Michael Conley wrote an article last night stating the same thing Larry said about the POTUS declaring martial law if Hillary is indicted, or it looks like Trump might win. That's right. Sure enough. Okay, y'all. Janine said she had a young vet of the Middle East help her. He was impressed with the bow. He has an AK, but he wants one of these. See, I'm telling you, the crossbows are serious. Serious. I've used them. I've used them in combat. I know what the things are. And the bow, longbow, recurve, longbow, 12-pound pull. I know what it is. You can defend yourself. You can. Now, I'm a little early, but nothing has come in through PayPal. If you're out there, please, somebody, can you please? I just can't give up. And I've been so sick, I cannot get back that sick again and try to come back out of it. If you're out there, please go to PayPal or go to the Facebook and push the yellow button. I have to have the 500. Now, I know that you're tired of hearing me beg, and I am certainly tired of begging. But I'm caught in a hell of a spot. I can't give up and go on and be with the Lord. I just can't. Not when my country's at stake. But I can't stay and fight if I'm not well enough. I guess I deserve it. I guess I deserve that I can't even die in peace. Well, we have 13 minutes. I'm sorry, 18 minutes. And I just have a feeling nothing's going to come in. There, did you get the 20 PayPal yesterday afternoon? Yes, I did. Thank you. Well, I guess today I know where I stand. Whether I'm here or not, you're going to have to do. You're not going to be able to step back. Any of you, you're not going to be able to sit back and just watch this thing and cure it. You're not going to be able to sit back and watch me or anybody else do the fighting for us and save the country. It ain't going to happen. Every one of you out there are going to suit up or we're going to lose the country. Every one of you. If you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to make the 5, 10, 20 phone calls, if you're not willing to do that, you don't deserve the country. I'm not here telling you bad stuff just so you can get all woolly boogered up and have your little horror show thing for the day for entertainment. Things I'm telling you about, I'm telling you because they are signs that you need to be able to read, signs that you need to know. Because it don't look like I'm going to be here doing it much more for you. This is not a call for defeat. This is a call to action. And you can't stick your head in the sand and think this is going to get any better, because it's not. We already don't have a Congress. We don't. Started with Bill Clinton. The co-equal branches, 3 branches of government, executive, legislative, and judicial, that's gone. Right now, that's gone. You've got the executive and the judicial branch. That's all you got. Congress don't even exist. You've got a president, dictator, making laws. Congress can't stop him. Congress can't even get people in the administration to come testify for what they lied about the Iranian deal. Can't even make the guy come and testify. You know why? Oh, Congress can subpoena, but they don't have the right or the legal right to subpoena anybody. So when they say they want to make somebody come, they got to go to where? The Justice Department and force them to issue a subpoena and make them come. Well, you go to the Justice Department where they're going to cover up for Obama. And then when the president does something on his own, like the dictator he is, the only check and balance to that is the Supreme Court. Now we got a black robe mob and a dictator. We're so far away from the fundamental government we're supposed to have, it's ridiculous. And somebody's got to take this thing and turn it around. Somebody's got to find a way to put it back. And that, damn it, is what I'm trying to do. And it makes me sick to my stomach that this day comes and I'm sick. And have to beg y'all for money like some scumbag. Well, I am a scumbag, but having to beg you for money. You've got to stop it. You've got to stop it. Yeah, you. Every one of you hearing me right now. You've got to stop it. Or it will be gone forever. And there won't be no getting it back. This I swear to you. So, there's nothing more I can say. There's really not. I've got to anyway, you can stop it. All of you together are enough to stop it. But we're just going to have to work together. We're just going to have to work together. And no matter how bad it gets, we're going to have to work together. And if you give up, then get out. And if you get out, then you have no complaints you can give when it's all gone. Look, I don't have to. I won't have to. But I don't want to have to answer to my grandbabies why I left them with the world so screwed up. I just don't. I can't. I just can't do it. You know, our hope is that Trump gets it if we can get Trump in, and we get Trump to adopt as part of his platform states' rights, then we can save the land. We can save it. But we got to make sure he gets elected, and I assure you, he's scandal-ridden, as much trouble as it looks like Hillary's in. You have no idea what you're going to see once the general election gets started for real. I fear the system that I helped build will trample all over Trump. I don't want it to, but I'm afraid it will. And that's why we've got to be able to help. With 9 minutes to go, I don't know if any of you've got a miracle in your pocket, but if you do, I sure wish you'd play it. Because I'm about to have to make a phone call I don't want to make. I just don't want to make. Greg, are people still out there? I mean, I don't even get texts from anybody. Guess maybe I've offended somebody I truly don't mean to offend, but at the same time, I do not intend to stutter. I think the time for stuttering's over. I think the time for dancing's done. Done. We either stand and fight or we go down. And I have lived my life knowing that I know I can go down. But I can sure go down fighting. I'm not going to go down on my knees. Listener said people have to understand that our three branches have been hijacked. Yes, they have. They are not our real government. And we need to stop letting them have the power they take. They will take it if we let them. Only we can save it. That is absolutely 100% the truth. At least one person said they're still here on the air. One of the listeners, bless her heart, said, I have nothing left this month. Listeners, please step up. I know. I know. I know. I know and I understand. It's a horrible disease. Horrible disease. And if I go to another program, the only program I could go to would be go to the med center, and I can't even go there unless I do chemo, and I won't do chemo and radiation. I'm not going to do it. I'd rather die than I had to do that. So, with that said, there's 6 minutes left. And I don't know what shape I'll be in tomorrow. If I can, I hope y'all know I'll do the program. But like I've told you, I can't do it anymore. The listener said they'd be willing to be able to help at the first next month. I know, y'all. Greg said they're there, but must be technology impaired or afraid. Apathy has set in. No, I don't know. Anyway. Anyway, if I can, I'll be here tomorrow. If I can't, you'll just have to go without me. And you know, that's a real possibility. That's a real possibility. Because I don't know what else to do. I just don't have a clue what else to do. Yeah, looking forward to hearing you on Alex Jones' show, folks. That may be a stretch too, because that's not until Friday. I don't know. Look, I just don't know. I don't know. That's all I can tell you. I don't know. Y'all have heard what happens when I don't get the treatment. You've heard how far down I go, how quick. I'm held together with paper clips and rubber bands. That's all I can tell you. I just keep getting patched up. That's all I got left. But with that, it's a little early, about 4 minutes, but y'all, save your country. To hell with everything else, save your country. Look around. Find that thing or that someone that you'll give everything for. Find it and use it. Fight. If you don't remember anything else I've ever said, just always remember I said fight. Larry, in an area where the phone won't work, was going to send you 100, but it says no service. I'm sorry. If you can, get to someplace, get there. If you can send that 100, we're 400 away. Greg said, God makes a way where there seems to be no way. He has. Greg, he has made way. I just keep seeming like we push it. With that, folks, I'm done. I'll try to be here tomorrow. I've got 1 hour after the program's over before I have to make the phone call whether to go or not. If you can, please. And don't worry, if we make it today, there'll be tomorrow too. There won't be any letting up. There won't be no letting up. We're in a war. And a war don't always go easy. Matter of fact, it don't ever go easy. With that, I'm saying good day. See ya.